Welcome to another episode of Dwarf Fortress. Today we are going to dig deep in our fortress. But last time we were just explaining what we are doing. This is the main image that you have when you start Dwarf Fortress. And now we are going to, first of all, we need to create some zone for our animals. So we click the key and we put the pen and pasture and we click in some area in the map. So over here and over here, and we click accept, and we can name if you want, or we can just add the animals. So we need to add all the donkey, the buffalo, the straight horse, the camel, and the mule at the zone. We click right click, and now we need to create a stockpile for our wood. So we click stockpile or P, and we create one stockpile. We can create a stockpile over here, and we can click accept, and we can add wood the stockpile. So all the dwarf will start to chop the wood, and will be put over here in the stockpile. So we click L, we click the wood that we want to cut over here, and let's click here, and now we press start, and now we see first of all the the dwarf will take all the animals in the zone over here, and here you can see the dwarf that we already cut the wood and we go to deliver to our stockpile. And now we can find the place that we want to dig, so we can dig over here. So you can see here is a place, is the area that we can dig, we can mine. So click M and we start to dig over here. Remember that there is water, so we try to avoid the water over here. So now you will see our dwarf will start to dig. We click this nice tunnel over there, so we can work. And meanwhile, we can create an area over here where we put our depot later on, and we can start to dig the stairs, clicking key. So maps, and click key over here, and we start to dig a couple of layers. So till number 6 layer. Okay, the same we'll do over here. We click to layer number 6, and now we can click mine over here, and we see the dwarf will start to dig. Now we asking them. Let's see. See, in this area we put our depot. So for the trade for the spring, for the autumn. So let's see, and we start to dig under. You can see here, maybe we find some water. No, we are lost. Okay, see, we dig over here. So first of all, we need to put in place the farm. So let's go here where is the sun. So we can click we mine over here, and we start to create a small farm like this, and we wait that the dwarf will go and dig what we ask. farm we put all the plant elements. Near we find water, so no. So let's delete with X this area, and we can farm over here. We can dig over here, sorry. You see now we go back to dig. Okay, here we can create if we put click B structure, we can create a workshop. In farming, we can find the farm plot over here, so we can create a farm plot like this. And now our dwarf will go and start to build the farm. Meanwhile, we can create here a small stockpile for our seeds. Here we can put all the seeds that we have. But basically, for the first time, we put the plant elements. But our main resource at the moment. So, as you can see, the farm is almost built. So now we create a stockpile. Here we click with stockpile, 5 times 4 stockpile. We click asset. We go on food and custom. We click on, we click seeds, and we click over here plant elements over here. So all the seeds will be put in place, put over here. Now you will see in a couple of minutes the dwarf will go and put the plant elements in our stockpile. And what we can do, we can click the barrels over here, and we can put 0. So we will put only the bag of plant elements. We didn't put any barrel in the stockpile. Now we can go and start to dig again. Let's go to elevation 0. The same the other side. We'll be back when everything will be built. Here you are. As you can see, the farm is built over here, so we can choose what to plant during the season. So we first of all we put plant helmet in summer, plant helmet, autumn plant helmet, and winter plant helmet as well. So we click right click. Hey, over here, if you notice, we put all the plant helmets back, and now we are going to sow all the plant helmets on the farm. Meanwhile, the dwarf we already finished to dig over here. Oh, just another one. And here we can start to dig our first part of our fortress. So we click on this corridor over here, and we start to build, put in place all the workshop that we want in the beginning to have. We'll be back when the dwarf will be dig everything. So, as you can see, the dwarf already finished to dig the 3 spaces for our workshop. So now we're going to choose the workshop. So the first most important are the carpenter workshop over here, and we can choose which material we want to use. So we use microline for now. The next will be the workshop for stone workers over here. Use the same one. And the third one will be the craft shop over here. So in a couple of minutes, the dwarf will start to build. So we can prepare another here workshop. As you can see, we notice some rough indigo third lines that can be used for gems for the jeweler to be cut to cut the stones. Over here the same one, so we can add beton as another workshop. Meanwhile, we create here a stockpile, a big one that is for the take all our stuff from outside to inside. So we'll be back when we'll be constructed. As you can see, we created another space for a workshop. Here the stockpile we created. So we click E, we create a stockpile over here. Click accept, and we put everything apart of the seeds. So all here the plant element. So everything will be moved from the outside to inside. Here we create another workshop, the jeweler. So you can cut all the gems with microline. So in a few minutes will be all the all our items will be moved from outside to inside. See, all the dwarf will start to go and take all the stuff that is in the wagon, and we go and move in the main stockpile. After when the wagon will be empty, will be click right click, left click, and you can click here to remove the building. First farm of the is settled, so the first farm palmets are already planted, and if we go down here, you see the stockpile is going to be filled, and the jeweler is ready built. We'll be back when everything will be filled. As you can see, all the wagon was dismantled. Everything apart the anvil inside this. Okay, everything is inside now. So now what we can do, we can enlarge the stockpile. Just pressing the paint stockpile. So all the wood will be deposited over here. And now we can go deep in our fortress. See, the farm is already producing the first compartment. And if we go down, here there is a big stockpile, and the carpenter, the stone workshop, the cast forge, and the jeweler are already settled over here. So now what we can do, we can go to the top of our fortress here, and here we can create the trade pot. We put over here, use microline as always, and later I will explain you what we can do with that one. And now that we have all the workshop ready, we can start to produce what we need for the next steps. So here the capital workshop, you can build all the beds, all the barrels for the steel, the bucket, the cabinet, the cage, the gasket, can be everything by wood over here. In the stone workers, we can build all the same things, but we can always build the rock table and the throne. for the meeting area and for the inn, for the pub. And here we can create all everything what we can sell to the trader in auto, and we'll choose what to do. And here we can start to see, we can cut gems, and we can press to repeat the job all the time. So you see now someone will go and pick up all the gems and will start to cut the gems. Here we can create the first bed, so we can create 7 bed, so we can add new task. You can repeat for, let's repeat for 10 times on the bed, so it will be full. So here will be the bed, and after when bed will be produced, will be deposited in the main stockpile. Over here we can create the table. So let's create 5 tables for the beginning. Okay. 5, and after we can create the throne as well. We can create 5 throne as well. Throne, okay. So here we see we're cutting the gems. It will be deposited over here. In the caster shop, we can choose with what we want to create our craft. So for now we click rocks, and what I choose usually is the figurine, but are well a good for sale, and so we can create just a couple. You see already some migrants arrived, so we need to create more space for them. So let's put some craft rocks, some figurine as well again. Yeah, let's create 5 and 5, then craft a figurine. Rock, figurine, rock. Figurine as well here. Create some craft. I can create even some crown here. Crown. And we can create as well some rock gem. So let's go back to our fort here. So now we have 10 migrants, so we need to build some. Already we built 10 beds, so we'll be deposited over here. So you can see already the beds with people over here. Yeah, there is some gems over here, and we can create already even some barrels for the inn, but they will be recreated later. So the barrel, we can make just 3, 4 the barrel. So we can keep busy our dwarf to produce stuff. So this is the way that you can start your first steps into Dwarf Fortress. I show you how to create the zone. So the zone for the animals, a pen and pasture for the animal. Here there is a zone, a stockpile for the wood. So I hope you like this video, and I hope you like and subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.